country, there's a cent differential. So like in Peru, there's a 30-cent differential. So and this is just in, this is a very basic example of what we do, but as the New York Sea reaches the fair trade minimum, that actually goes up based on the differential. So you're never actually paying the fair trade minimum. You're paying a certain percentage above, or certain cents above where the New York Sea is, if it gets up to this. But if it's not up to that, you still pay this, right? What has happened over the last 5 or 6 years is that the New York Sea's gone up a lot, and the fair trade minimum has not, right? And so people can still pay fair trade prices, and it's almost exactly what they would be paying for the commodities market. And that's not what we do. We've always responded to that and stayed at that differential and stayed very high above. And in many cases, like with Colombia this year, there was a major shortage of coffee in Colombia, and they knew it. They knew it was coming. And our one of the co-ops that we work with, Fondo Paes, that we've been with for years, came to us and said, we're not going to have as much coffee as we normally have, but we still have the same amount of costs that we normally have, but we're not getting as much product, and we can't even cover our own costs if we sell it to you at even like 210, which is high in the green FOB, which was like, FOB means what you're paying at origin. There's another price that gets the importing cost gets added on to, which is like 20 cents more on for us. Right. So they came to us and just said, in order for us to even cover our costs, we need you to pay this. And the co-op said, okay, we'll do that. And it ended up being, it's easily the most expensive coffee that we're going to have this year. But it's because we're able to respond, we have that relationship where we're able to respond to those things. I know other people in the coffee industry, and they're having a hard time even finding Colombian coffee or getting it delivered to them. And that's where, you know, the great thing about what we do is that they can come to us and say, we're not going to do what we used to do because of climate, because of, you know, all of these different things. It was just a low cycle year anyway, you know, and so we work with them to set prices. So sometimes we just abandon the differential thing altogether and just say, okay, here's what we're going to pay you because this is what you need. And, you know, I mean, there's a limit to that, right? I mean, we've still got to run a business, but, you know, we do our best to respond to that and continue to look at it. So.